You are audible.
Thank you. I'll be taking the citation of Dr. F. Olarenwaju. Firstly, I want to say it is an honor to read the citation of this dedicated and astute researcher whose works have contributed significantly to our understanding of dermatology, among other great things. Who is Dr. F. Olarenwaju? Dr. F. Olarenwaju is a distinguished dermatologist and venereologist with extensive contributions to the field um, of dermatology, venereology, and HIV medicine. With a career spanning more than 2 decades that began as a house officer at the University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital, Maiduguri, Borno State, in 2001, to his present current role as consultant dermatologist and venereologist in OUTHC and a senior lecturer at Obafemi Awolowo University. Dr. Olarenwaju's relentless journey in pursuit of knowledge took him to prestigious University of Maiduguri, where he successfully completed his MBBS program in 2001. He later enrolled for his residency training at the Obafemi Awolowo University Teaching Hospital Complex and completed this residency in 2015. He joined the services of OAU and OAUTHC in 2017 till present date. He was the immediate past head of Department of Dermatology and Venereology, with a lot of achievements to his name in the department. Dr. Olarenwaju is an astute researcher and has published over 45 articles in reputable journals, especially in diverse aspects of dermatology, venereology, and HIV medicine. He is happily married with children. It is therefore with pleasure and a deep sense of admiration and respect that I'm inviting Dr. F. Olarenwaju for this lecture. Thank you very much, sir. I will be pleased to have you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. I want to thank you and appreciate you for inviting me to this August OGM. I want to appreciate the ARD president for counting me worthy to be here this morning. I also want to thank the member of the ESCO. I also want to welcome our amiable and hardworking CMD to this occasion. So the topic before me is the enterprising medics thriving in a developing economy. Dr. Olarenwaju is a medical doctor, as we've heard, and then we have been a specialist in dermatology and venereology, also a lecturer at Obafemi Awolowo University, also a technical partner to Entercom Medicals, a farmer, a consultancy services to other organizations as well. I'm also the chairman of board of trustee of an NGO, which we call Skin and Sexual Health Initiative and Education. This project also focuses on people with disability. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we can.
All right, thank you. So the topic before us, in a way, is something that we all need so that we can move on with life, so that we can also better our life. And I want to appreciate everybody here. But then some people may have to excuse us in this meeting. If you are here, that you think that the president has called you so that you can be another Dangote, it's a possibility. But this may not be the best. But at least what we can do so that to increase our income, and that's the aim of this discussion, so that we rub mind, we're able to think outside the box. And that's the essence of this discussion. And you can see from this slide, the agony of Nigerian doctors, always salary agitation, just to increase our income, several emergency meetings. I remember one of my close doctors once said this, was discussing with his friend, how many months are you to getting broke? The other doctor said, months, there's a matter of days, so I'm broke. you know, and once someone is broke, you have to start looking for emergency funds all over the places. Can you see my slide, please? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Can I continue, please?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you can see this image that we are seeing, looking at creation, the Garden
Yes,
of
sir. Yes, sir.
Eden. So you can
Yes,
see
sir.
when God created man in the Garden of Eden, there was a river that's supposed to water the garden. But as the water moves down, it separates into four, and just to make sure there's adequate watering of the garden. So what that implies, that's at creation. So God knows that we have to be enterprising before we can meet our needs so that we can live a fulfilling life. And that's what the single water break into four: the sweet river, the Pison, free flow, Tigris, rapid like an arrow, then river Euphrates, that means breakthrough. So at creation, God is also interested that we should have good sources of income, not just one. So what are the characteristics of developing economy? As we can see from our topic, we can see the in Nigeria, a developing economy for that matter, we have low per capita income, and that is, I try to look at literature. What that simply means, we may not be able to talk about the technicalities of those terms, but what simply means is that low saving, low investment, that means that that country is having low per capita income. What about high population growth rate? You can bear with me that Nigeria over 200 million, maybe 250 million now, I mean our population, and lack of a lot of family planning options that can reduce those birth rate. So, and a lot of them also go with those high birth rate and the rest of them. We also have high mortality rate and the rest. So what about the rate of unemployment in the country is so bad now? Depending on primary, the another character of it is that depend on the primary commodity and the export. 75% of the population of low income countries are usually rurally based. Majority are in the rural area. Most of the things that they even produce are even exports out of the country, and that's why you see they produce so much yam in these places, and before you know it, they ship it to Lagos and down to other countries. And this table is just showing us what the Nigerian employment rate is. I mean, this chart, what the Nigerian unemployment rate. It could be higher because, you know, as well I know that our statistics is always very poor in this country. But at least this from National Bureau of Statistics. So what that is telling us is that even as doctors, if not because of Japa syndrome these days, I want to tell you that a lot of people will not be able to do residency. And I remember the unemployment rate when I was looking for residency in OUTAC. I did interview for almost 2 or 3 years before I could be taken. So that tells you, even as doctors, unemployment rate was very high until recently when we had the Japa syndrome. And that's one of the good things that Japa syndrome has done to healthcare sector. Of course, we are suffering the kind of impact that also left us with. A lot of people are overworked and all that, not because the government don't want to employ, not because the hospital don't want to employ, but because the japa rate is already telling on the healthcare system. So I don't want us to be in our comfort zone that, okay, now they are even begging us that we should come and do residency without primary. So you should not be on our comfort zone. If this thing is over and you can do, and I want to tell you that in those days when you, after first, second, third attempt of exam, the next thing is the relocation, because the unemployment rate among doctors was quite more, and that's why we need to be wise and think outside the box. Can you hear me, please?
Loud and clear, sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So who is an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur, they own businesses. You ask yourself, am I an entrepreneur? Then other terms like a medipreneur, a medical personnel who has the ability and desire to establish and administer and succeed in businesses. They also take risk. And you can see the various types of entrepreneurship that we have small businesses, then we have scalable startup and large company entrepreneur and social entrepreneur. The social entrepreneurship usually they focus on the environment, like somebody has gone to to work in the area of development development goals. So that's a kind of social. The large company, you have the Dangote or Tedola of this world. Then you have small business entrepreneurship and scalable and startup. When I started my own, when we started our business experience, we actually started as a small business owner. Then we try to scale up. And the small business entrepreneurship are those our artisans, everybody are working for their daily bread. And whatever they earn today, they spend it. So, but the area I want us to focus our attention is scalable startup. You start something and you want to grow with it. But before you can call yourself an entrepreneur, what are the characteristics you must see? Entrepreneur must be very innovative. You must have business idea. You must be very knowledgeable. You have a teamwork, leadership. Then you take risk, and you have to be as I want you to know that entrepreneur, there is no one that is not possessed by a medical doctor. How come that we are living from hand to mouth? If you have all these characteristics as doctors, of course, you talk of teamwork. Who else can do teamwork than us? Who else has leadership skill than the medical doctor? Who take risks more than the medical doctor? So you have all the characteristics. And when you are an entrepreneur, there are some advantage that you tend to benefit, like it gives you financial freedom, especially when your income is far far greater than your expenditure. Also gives you time and freedom as well. What are those characteristics of an enterprising medics? Look at all these characteristics. You will agree with me that there is no one here that you don't possess as a medical doctor. How come that you cannot even manage a business? And that's one thing I want us to look at. There's a need for us to actually separate your competence and your specialty, and your competence as a doctor, your specialty as a doctor. You have to separate it from running a business. They are two different things. The doctors are very resourceful, very highly knowledgeable, very responsible, they are self-confident, and all the rest. And again, they're also honest, they are patient, they improve themselves. You go for update courses and all the rest, and you are assertive. Then what other character you must possess? You have family support. Then you also have a God factor. All these things, as a doctor, either you are a Muslim or you are a Christian or you are a traditional worshipper, whatever you decide to serve, we are very adept at it as doctors. So it's when you have all these characteristics, how come that somebody with primary education, how come that somebody who finished secondary education, they are thriving better than us, and we work every month to give them our money? It's quite appalling. So if you want to be an entrepreneur, there's a need for you to start your own business, but must be something at the back of your mind, and that is, you must have a business plan before you can have a successful entrepreneur. And that's why most people, they just jump into business and they run it. And that's why you see about 20% of businesses, they fail within the 20 to 3 years of the business. About 50% fail within 5 years. 97 of the business, they always go the wrong way, and only 3% are able to succeed. And as I said earlier, running a business is different from your competence and expertise as a doctor. They are two different things, so we should not mix them together. For the fact that you are a doctor, medical doctor, highly knowledgeable, highly skilled, does not mean that you are going to run a successful business. Whatever you choose, either you're offering good or services, because if you don't do the right thing, you are not likely going to go a long way. If you are starting your business, you will need a business plan, must be key, and these are the area that you have to focus. And that's why I brought this up. the 10 key components of a business plan. You have to have them. You have to analyze them. You have to see whether there is market for what you are starting or there is sales for it, because at the end of the day, you also need money to move on in your business. So again, there are benefits that you are going to derive if you have a good business plan before you start. It's going to give you clarity of purpose. It's going to increase your chances of securing funds, either loan or here and there, or managing risk effectively, or how to allocate your resources efficiently. And it will provide a sustainable growth. You will know whether you are improving, whether you are failing, or you are succeeding. Actually, in business, failing is something that you need to prepare for. So nobody fears failure in business and succeed. If Dangote fears failure, I don't think we'll be able to master all the challenges that the refinery face. And today, all of us are happy for it. So there are some questions that may be going through our mind. Who is an entrepreneur? I've already discussed that. Why are you here? What do I have passion for? What if I fail? How do I get customers and retain them? Where do I get the starting capital? How many entrepreneur and financial books have you read? Those are the questions that I need to ask you. What are the challenges ahead, even after establishing the business? We quickly move on the journey. If you want to be a successful entrepreneur or enterprising doctor and to thrive in this kind of economy, you must not despise little beginning. Hello, can you hear me, please?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can hear
Yes,
you.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right, so we must not despise little beginning. This our business, and this picture was taken in 2013. As at 2013, this is what we have. So, and this business that you are seeing here is an anchor medical supply. As you are seeing me, I don't have private hospital. I don't do it. If you want to see me for consultation, I charge you heavily, because if you want to call me to come and see a patient for you, must be ready to pay. It's part of the business. In fact, I must confess to you, even the specialty, the dermatology, venereology that I'm doing, I've not even really explored the clinical aspect as I am now. Maybe that's for the future. But we have to look at an area whereby we need to offer services, and that's why we came up with Entanco Medicals. And I said, don't despise little beginning if you want to be a good entrepreneur. Car that you are seeing, this company that you are seeing here actually started at the boot of that car. So, as a family business, my wife was selling at the boot of the car for some times. So, selling here and there before we now launch and move on. So, don't despise little beginning. All those tiny bits, they are like compounded. They are the one that will give you experience when you want to really launch into higher. And as I told you last time about the type of entrepreneurship, we say that where you should be is the scalable type of entrepreneurship, whereby you are looking at future. And I want to tell you that this is in another state, and now the company is now spreading to other states. So that, and as I'm talking to you, even the company is moving here. I'm not the owner anyway. I'm just a technical partner in this company. So we offer advice and all that. My wife is the director. I'm just a technical partner. So before we can thrive well in this kind of economy as a as an enterprising doctor, we need financial intelligence. And when we talk about financial intelligence, that must cover the revenue generation, your expenditure, your budgeting, your savings and investment. A lot of things are wrong with us in this area. Almost everybody. Many things are actually wrong. But we look at some of them and see. When you want to be an enterprising medical doctor, it's not a knee-jerk approach. You cannot be an enterprising doctor. You want to say you want to invest and you want to do business, and you think it's like a sprint. No, it is like a marathon race. You actually need to be patient. There are times that you will need the speed. There are times you need patience, you need distance, you need experience. You can see Usain Bolt can complete within 10 seconds. You will win the world record. unlike my other friend who is the world best marathon runner. So that's how investments are. It's a long time thing that you really need to do. Of course, few businesses you can gain, you can gain a lot. You can have a lot of profit in some few businesses. But if you really want to be an enterprising doctor, you must really have a long plan for ourselves. So like the marathon runner. So there are times that what you need is just focus and resilience. And you can see the mountain climber here cannot say when we hash, as you can see, some egg will not hash. That's how business are. Sometimes you make profit, sometimes you make losses. Even as I'm talking to you now, I have made several losses, even sometimes in foreign currency. You engage somebody outside the country, get this thing for me, get this for me, manufacture this for me. By the time they bring them, you find out they are just they are shackled. So you sometimes the egg we hash, sometimes we not hash. It's part of the risk. Don't be afraid to take risk when it comes to businesses. What are the entrepreneur mindset inhibitor? What are the things that can inhibit us? What are the things that we are not really doing right when we will say we want to do business? Especially for those who are engaged in business, some of them fail. Passion versus painkiller. You say somebody has come to you with pain as a doctor, and they are giving the person vitamin. You have not helped the person, and that's the kind of mindset an entrepreneur should have. You must be able to to procure solution in that locality where you want to do your business. What are the problem of people? So find a pick their problem. The difference between a successful entrepreneur and the one that is not successful,
Sorry, sir.
you know it.
You
Yeah.
can't see your slides.
Oh,
Can you reshare the screen, sir?
all right.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry, please. Can you see my slide now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Is it moving?
Yes, sir. It's moving. It's moving, sir.
Yeah. So you must be able to procure solution. The money will come later. Don't focus on the money first. Look at the environment. Look at your customer. Look at them and look at the problem they have. When you see somebody who has entrepreneurial mindset, if there are no vehicle going to Ibadan from Ife, you see somebody who is not an entrepreneur will be complaining this government is bad, the one is bad, that one is bad. But you see somebody with entrepreneurial mind, it will be imagining how you can get taxis that be taking people from Ife to Ibadan. So by that you have solved a problem, you have solved the pain of the people. Don't let your business mindset focus on yourself, or you must focus on the customer. And that's why people say that you do something that you have passion for. It may be wrong, may not be always what if you say what you have passion for. What if the customer they don't want it? Do you understand me? What if the customer don't want it? So it's not about what you have passion for. You should look at a problem that you can solve within your jurisdiction, within your locality, and that's what a business mind should be. You must be seen solving a problem. The money will come with it later. Then what about fear of taking risk? Why do you need to fear risk? Some of us, we have money that we stash in cooperative. You save money in the bank. You imagine that the money that you save in the bank or cooperative 3 years ago has lost its value. So if you are taking the risk of investing that money about 3 or 4 years ago when you had those money in the cooperative, I'm not saying the cooperative is very good. I'm also part of the cooperative, the cooperative of the doctors' welfare scheme. So, but you must invest your money and let your money work for you. If you save the money there 3 years ago, it's not the same value now. In fact, it has lost its value. So, and we must not be afraid to take risk. Some of us will be fear. Why do you want to take loan? I don't want to take loan, this and that and this and that. Why can't you take loan? You save money, the other people are. In fact, it's good if you put the money, because me, I will come and borrow the money. I'm a heavy borrower in doctors' welfare. And I want to tell you, can you hear me, please?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Yeah, I want to tell us now that the health anchor medical that I show us, I want to tell you that initial challenge that we had was that there was no fund to start the business. My salary was very small, my wife's salary very small. You know what I did? I went to First Bank on campus and borrowed loan from First Bank on campus, gave the money to my wife, and that's why I said the family support and God factor is a lot of things. So if you work with your spouse, the children, you are going to go a long way. Then other people can buy into the business if you so wish. I borrowed the money, every money from First Bank, and I was paying with my salary over 3 years. And today the business is thriving and is paying itself in all ramification. And now we have now left stage of running the business. We have our store somewhere in Ondo. Now we are now spreading to Ife, to other places that we are thinking of. So don't fear to borrow money. Don't fear to take risk. The only problem with borrowing money, if you are using the money, you borrow money and spend it on frivolities. You borrow money, you do burial. You borrow money, you do naming. You borrow money, you do wedding. You borrow money, you buy a car. Those are unwise investments. Hello, can we hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we must also be disciplined and not be greedy. And that's one problem with private medical practice model, why I don't like it, why I don't have private medical practice up to now. Because it's the same model that we all have. So those are the kind of inhibitor that these are kind of inhibitor that will not make you to venture into entrepreneurship, because it's the same model. When you see me now, I tell you, I will have an hospital, I will invite a pediatrician, I will invite a ENT, dermatology will come, all of them will come. It's the same model anywhere you go to. Only few of them that take risks, they're able to survive. And that is not too good. Why can't we come together as doctors for different discipline? You bring 5 million, I bring my 5 million, another 5 million, making 20 million, and put on a gigantic structure with legal backing. And all of us will be shared other in those companies. So all those things, we need to start changing our attitude. I want to have it alone with my family. In fact, the model is so bad that once you are a medical doctor, you have a private hospital, you want your child to be a doctor so that they can continue after you. It's not always so. Those people that have told that line of business alone, they cannot. And that's why you see places like Lagos, Eko Hospital are still surviving today. Well, what about the competitor? Either direct competitor, indirect competitor, replacing a potential competitor. You see, direct competitors are those ones that really, they are actually doing the business that you are doing. They are ready to take business away from you. So you must also see that competitor are there. So you must be doing things that your competitor cannot do, so that you can appeal to your customer. We must also do research, what accounting legal structure. Then again, I want to emphasize this, please. In naming your businesses, business name and location are very, very important in whatever you are doing. Very, very important. If you build the same structure in Ile-Ife and the same structure in Lagos, they are not the same value. Believe you me. If you now go and build the same structure. Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can continue, sir.
Okay. So naming of your business is very, very important. You will see somebody who is selling garri, we just say Olarenwaju enterprise? You have not said anything. If I'm just driving past, I say Olarenwaju Enterprise, I don't know what you are doing there. You know? So if you want to name, you can say Olarenwaju Food and Conventionery. I don't need to stop. Already when I'm passing, I know what you are selling. So naming our businesses is very important. Location is important. Then we should also avoid pride and ego. I will come back to that later. When we need to know that in this age and time, you cannot do business without technology, automation, security. Then you need documentation, you need to outsource, then you need good accounting and cash flow system. All these things, if you're able to put them in place, your business has no reason not to thrive. I said pride, ego, and shame. Look at this. Anything you can buy with your income, you should not be ashamed to sell to other people. And that is very, very germane. Why? Because you work, you collect your salary, you pay the somebody selling tomato, somebody selling rice, somebody at the end of the month, you now see you don't have salary. You have only worked for these other people. You have not worked for yourself. You have not worked for your children. You have not worked for your family. In fact, it's only a small percentage of salary that your family is enjoying by paying their school fees, by providing food in the house. But most of those salary, they go to those people. Why can't doctor sell tomato? Why can't doctor sell kuli? Why can't doctor gather money together from our colleagues and go and buy cow like you, kill it and distribute it? I have one of my close friend who is also an area member who is doing laundry services. Very excellent thing, very close to me. You say you are a doctor, you are feel because of ego as a doctor, you don't want ego and pride. I cannot sell water. Who tell you that you cannot sell water? What if you go and get a trailer and partner with all those big companies? Just buy a trailer and load it somewhere, maybe OAU water or anything. People will come and buy, you make your money. It will shock you that you make millions from those things. So God will give all wisdom. I want to tell us this. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right. I want to tell us here that there's a senior registrar here in this OUTAC. Some people are here, then we know, who sell kuli to us. Before the kuli will come, we will all queue for that kuli. It's not long, about 4 years ago now, she was still here. She was selling kuli to us. Some of you will bear me witness. But to some of us, we say, me as a doctor, they will say I'm selling kuli. If we continue with this kind of attitude, it will not, it's not a good idea. I think we need to change our orientation. Anything that you can use your money to buy, you must be able to sell it to people. So I want to talk about the revenue generation. You need the revenue generation. It can be active income or passive income. And those are the 4 categories of people that you can see here. So you are working as an active income. You are like a salary earner. You are an employee. You cannot be rich. You are comfortable as a doctor. You don't even need any other business as a doctor. You will be fine. But you cannot be rich. You may have to be living on loan as an active income earner. But where you should be is for you to be a passive income earner, where your working is working for you. Those are the business owner, the business owner, the investor. They invest their money either in shares or they have company, and those ones, they are not even working. They are not even getting to the company, but their money is working for them. So those are the 2 types of incomes that we have. And as an active income earner, you are going to suffer being an active income earner with your times and effort. You are being paid for your time. You don't have control of your destiny and your life. They just pay you so that you can be coming to work every month. Collect your salary this month, use it to buy all these things. By 15, everything gone. So if you are self-employed, you have to be there. That is the problem with private practice. Once the patient has got used to the medical director of that private organization, they want to see him. So he has to be there, paying with his time and everything. In fact, he's a slave to the business, slave to the customer, because it's only one man business. So, and that's not, I don't like that kind of business model. I don't work in where I was a technical partner to the company. I'm not there. I rarely go there, you see. But we should start thinking of how to be business owners. Look into all those small business you can do, laundry services, selling books, doing all those little things that can fetch you money. Then you have your time, you employ people there, one or two, they be working for you. So, and you must be able to invest your money. So I want to talk about the type of business that we can do as medical doctor. Medical business, we can also do non-medical business. If you want to do any of this business, there's a need for us to to set our smart business goals that are clearly written down with your vision attached to it. And that's why when you say I have a business organization, I have a private hospital, I want my child who is a doctor to inherit. Experience have shown that no child is coming to inherit any hospital. Before they finish, they are already thinking of leaving you. They are not even part of your vision. It's your vision. It's daddy's vision. It's not their vision. Now, why do you want them to come and stay with your vision? They have bigger vision than you. So then you must carry out the SWOT analysis of the business before you start. SWOT analysis, I just give all this example. When you carry out this template, SWOT analysis is a great strategic planning tool. You can do this SWOT analysis of your business before you even start. Look at the strength of your company. What are the strengths you have? You are a doctor, you have population of people, you can talk to people, people respect you, you have the skill, you are very knowledgeable. Those are your strengths. So what are the weaknesses that will make business not to thrive? Then you also analyze it. You analyze the opportunity you have, you also analyze your threats, like your competitor, regulatory environment, state will come, local government. Those are the threat to your business. But when you analyze it, everything will fit into your business plan and you'll be able to thrive well. So what are the healthcare medical investment? I will not want to talk so much about this because I've already dealt with some of them. However, I want to say here that when you consult or when you invite, when you consult in a private consultation of everything, it is important for you to charge for your fees. Don't be afraid to, and don't price yourself so low. Some people will go and consult and they give you 5,000 in this economy, for God's sake. How many 5,000 are you going to get to buy a tire of your vehicle? And you have to drive there. Sometimes they give you 10,000. What for? But even if you don't collect it, other people will also collect it. It's not just ethical for us. So we should charge for our services. And those are the areas whereby we can also invest in this. We can bring ourselves together, then invest in any of these areas, private practice, the old people's health insurance, coding, pharmacy, and all those things. They are there. It's a lot of market that people don't tap into. As I told you, like me, I don't have hospital, I don't have clinic. In fact, I'm not even really interested. I only come to where I do my work as a salary earner very well. I don't hold private clinic because it's not my model. So, and I've said this many a times, but what I want to say is that private medical business model does not build people. That is why the vision always fail. You see a building, a hospital now, after the exit of the founder, they'll be looking for somebody to take over. Let me look for a doctor who will take over. Because it will always fail, because you don't build people. I like this Chinese proverb which says that leadership and the proverb about leadership and succession plan in a business. He said, if your vision is for a year, plant maize. If your vision is for 10 years, that's where most private practice belong to. Plant trees, you will reap it. Now, if you plant any tree, you will reap the stuff. But if your vision is for a lifetime, plant people. Bring other people into your business. Let them bring their money to buy shares in your company. It will thrive well. So we need to be planting people. Plant people. Look for younger doctors who you can mentor. Look at them, let them partnership is a very good thing. So, but I'm more interested in non-medical investment, to greater wealth. What do I mean is that how can you get that extra income to yourself that will help you, that will even make you not to touch your salary, that will fuel your car and do some other things. That's where I'm important, because if I'm going to talk about the medical business, I don't think there's much I will say that you don't even know more than me. But what about the other area whereby you can get some other things? Yes, of course, people say, okay, something that you have passion for. It's not about passion. If you go and build a gigantic hospital in Ile-Ife that people cannot afford, you've just wasted your money. So we should try as much as possible to offer services to the locality that we are. Some of these businesses, non-medical investment that we can do as an enterprising doctor in this economy, you can offer goods and services, agriculture, money ventures, partnering and collaboration with others who have businesses, financial market, real estate, medics as intellectual. You can also write books. You see, we have so much knowledge that we are yet to tap. Why can't you sit down and just write book? People will buy. You can put them on Amazon, you can put them on those, I mean, you can sell the PDF, you can sell the hard copy or soft copy. People will buy. But what about financial market is my problem. Many of us, even as that are listening to me, we put our money in CBEX, it was gone. Instead for you to go to capital market, whereby you are going to get a little dividends, but you are sure that your money is safe, rather than taking it to CBEX. You know, just somebody invited you to come and join CBEX. I say, me, as you are looking at me, I'm even looking for money to do my business. How can I go and give my money to CBEX? Lo and behold, 2 months later, the thing crumble. And I ask, I hope you did not lose much money. He say, we should not talk about it, oh. And that's not a financial wisdom. So we should know where we invest our money. Area of agriculture is also very, very important. We can also do some things. It doesn't have to be planting farm, cocoa, all those things. There are many areas, very diversified economy, that whereby we can invest in agriculture. Can you hear me? Hello?
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Nobody's
We can
hearing
hear you,
me.
sir.
Can you see my slide,
We
please?
can hear you, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, what are you seeing, sir?
You holding some rabbits
Okay, thank you.
and then agree.
Okay, thank
All
you,
right, sir.
thank you. That's a area of agriculture. You can see me, the first picture there, where I'm cutting my cocoa, the little cocoa that I have. So I'm cutting it so to sell. So I sold it, I gathered them and sold them and used it to buy fuel to my car. So you can see me. Then you can also see my rabbit farming. The first upstairs that I built was for rabbits. And that's the image down there. You can see me holding 2 rabbits. There are many of them. Like, you can see my weight scale when I want to sell. So I wait for you, then you pay. Each of those rabbits then was about 15,000 naira, 12,000. But now it's about 20,000. So that's the upstairs for the rabbits. There are still many hutch for them that I put there. Then that's my mango tree. And that's my snail farm. All these things, they are within my compound. In my compound there, I have about close to 12 fruits, different type of fruit, ranging from pawpaw, cashew, mango. In fact, I have do you know funniest thing is that this mango that you are seeing, I pick it from, if I had the mango, Ogbomoso mango, and I went and planted it, and I have almost about 6 trees. It's always very massive by the time they come up. So agriculture is another area that you can invest. Then after all the work, after all the rabbit farming and all those things, we also enjoy ourselves. This is December 31st. You can see my children crossing where they are killing their goats to enjoy themselves. So you need to also allow your family to also enjoy as you invest for them. This one of you. I personally brought this not for advertisement, just to know that other doctors are doing wonderful. This is Dr. Obafemi, one of my residents, who is a writer. He has written several books, as you can see them. So he is also advising. This slide is actually from him. He's also advising you can write non-fiction book, fiction book, blogs, copyright, and all those things, social media, scientific papers. You can see just one ARD member who has written so much book, and they are available. So we can also tap into all this and see how we can benefit ourselves. So what are the promoters of financial struggle? Why do you struggle financially as a medical doctor in this economy? Because you are an active income earner, only salary. Salary is a scam. That's the way I see it. Always with agitation. Pay me, I do my work. I don't compromise with my work. I come to my work, I do my work. But salary, be careful. If you are living on salary alone, you must think twice. Single stream of income, only salary. You earn another promoter of financial struggle is when you don't cut down your expenses. By the time your expense is greater than your income, there's a problem already. Then increasing expenses, then you don't even invest at all your investment is that you are keeping money inside the in cooperative doctors welfare. The money that you keep there 3 years ago has lost its value. Why can't you go there and borrow like 3 million, put it in something, and you will see before you know it, you will make your money, you see. So even if you have made up your mind that okay, you want to start something arising from what this ESCO has put in place for this discussion, when you have even made up your mind, how do you generate capital to invest? There are a lot of things you can do. So your salary is there and your savings, you can invest it. You can borrow money from cooperative. You can payment of arrears. Now about a few days ago they said they pay 35,000 naira. You see, when other people are spending their 35,000 naira, I put my 35,000 to go and buy shares. I just bought some about not much, but it's like a compound interest. Everything will come together to do. I just use it to I bought Senate shares just about a few days ago. So opportunistic money that you don't even expect will just come. You know what? I want to tell us this. Some opportunistic monies are there. There are some money that they were owing us. We never expected they will pay us on campus, and they paid the money about 3 months ago. Hello, can you hear me, please?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, when they pay me this opportunities money, I carry all the money to the vendors. That okay, you have started this one. Okay, you pay me this money. I was not expecting. I've already invested that money also in something else now. That we are starting another. We are looking into another area of business that can be fetching us money. And no money, no profit is small. All of them will add up to be something. Then you should value your relationship. Let us value our relationship. That our relationship can take us to mountains, can open doors for us. Relation with our guys, relationship with our junior, relationship with our friend. Let's value it. And trust. You need trust. We should be honest enough. Even as doctors, we should be honest enough. We should build trust in our business, that people will say that if it's Dr. Ladipo, I trust him. If it's Dr. Yetunji, you can go to sleep. So we need trust. Let me tell you this. Do you know now that there are some international collaborator that we have, that I just tell them, produce this. They will tell you they will ship it. They will ship it before I even pay them in dollars. Trust is as beautiful and relation is as beautiful as that. In fact, sometimes when they make mistake in their supply, I call them that you have made mistake, I'm going to give you money. That's the level of trust that we have built. But if people don't trust you, you are so greedy that you want to have everything to yourself, you are not like going to do well in business. So you can also sell your redundant commodity to have capital to invest. Some of us, we pack cars in our house that we are not using. Why do you need it for? You sell it and use the money to do and to invest in something else. Utility opportunity, you must solve a problem, you must network with others, and you must be able to invest. Civil servant salary and wages. I will talk about this because I said that is not far from poverty, irrespective of whatever your status. But we need to do something. Even though we are comfortable as doctors, even without extra this thing, we are okay, no problem about that. But what of that extra that you need, that will launch you into financial freedom, is what we are talking about. That's why I'm not talking about in hospital, go and establish laboratory. You know all those ones. I'm looking at where you can get those extra income, you see. So what are part of the civil servant problem about salaries? They think that they have low surviving system. At least we are able to borrow money for the student, borrow money for exam, borrow money for part 1, borrow money for part 2. How long are we going to continue if we don't have those extra income? You're also happy because you join cooperative society scheme, but that money that you put there 3 years ago has lost its value. The money in cooperative should be sufficient enough for you to borrow money. That's what it's meant for. You can keep money there on the short time, because if it's a long time thing, it will lose its value. If you have 5 million there about 5 years ago, after the subsidy removal, your 5 million there is not worth more than 1 million now. Is as bad as that. But what about the problem? You have also think that, okay, pension scheme is also there as a civil servant, so there's no need to do another business. Social security is there. You see, all those things, they will not help us. What we need to be innovative, we need to be creative in order for us to move, in order for us to have a better life that we so desire. Can you see this? Can you see my slide? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, then there's some virtual mentality about salary, award, and wages, where we should not depend only on salary. Yes, so a lot of things. Look at this, onion salary. Once you collect the salary, you grab it, you open it, and you start crying. Storm salary, you don't even know when it's coming and where it's going. Those are the kind of salary you collect this day. Magic salary, you touch it and it disappears. Amnesia salary, you can't even remember what you spend it for. Bondage salary, you are paying various debts even before you collect it. Diet salary makes you eat less every time. You collect the salary, you say, okay, in this house everybody to do morning and night now. Weight loss salary, period salary, this one is so bad that it comes once a month and the salary only lasts for 4 days, as if you are doing menstruation. Conventional salary, you collect it, spend it, and start borrowing. Which one is your own? No, I want us to answer. I leave you to that, please. Then there are some wasteful expenses that destroy our income. Some of us will have massive accommodation that we don't need. I want to build duplex. You are like me, even the way I am now, I cannot say which house I want to live. I cannot go and use my money to build something. It's good that to live in a fine house, so, but do you really need it? How many rooms are you going to sleep? How many rooms are you going to sleep? Dr. Ladipo, sir, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Please, sir, who is the owner of this house?
We have a landlord, sir.
Okay, the owner of this house is Elon Musk. This is where Elon Musk stays. We thought the richest man in the whole world. But you will see somebody who stays, even who japa, stay in US and all that, stay in abroad, all that. We stay in a room that is not as big as your kitchen. When they come, they build the gigantic house and they disappear and left it. This is where Elon Musk stays. This is the front and this is the backyard. Even though we can say it has everything, but this is as small as this. But why do we waste money as doctors? We don't need all those things. Build a fine, beautiful accommodation that is enough. So this is another rich man. You can see how simple appear, but in Nigeria, fabric you don't need. You waste your expensive, waste your money. Some fabric you don't even wear it 10 years. For 10 years. Apology to our female doctors. As well be from time to time they bring for you to come and buy. Me, I don't buy. If you bring it, I will not buy. I don't. Because the ones even in the wardrobe you have not finished, why do I have to now give you money to buy? I don't do it. Oh, my wife don't do it. It's part of financial wisdom, financial freedom. And people know me that I don't. Autogele, we do it together. Some of us, we have more than 50 shoes, 100 shoes in our rag. Student school fees, you still want to go beyond your income because Dr. Tunji has financial backing to send the children to the one school. So I must also bring my children there when I know I don't have the financial power. So all those things, expenses, they are wasteful. They can also reduce our income. They can waste our income. That is not enough. What of our household items, food items, impulsive buying? They bring something to your department. It's not part of the plan. It's not even the budget. Some of you don't even do budget on a monthly basis. But because they bring it to the department and your friend say it's good, you are buying it. Is it part of the monthly budget or weekly budget that you say you want to buy? So we need to be careful so that we don't waste our resources if we want to. So I want to say this. Somebody says successful people launch, they start, they just do it. Unsuccessful people create excuses. If you see somebody who doesn't want to succeed as an entrepreneur, all what they will be saying is excuses, excuses. There are a lot of untapped businesses that you can venture into. You don't need to be there. Your money is working for you. That's what we are saying. You don't need to be there. The money is working for you. By the special grace of God, me, I have not even tapped into medical practice. I don't have hospital. I don't have clinic. Maybe later, but that's not even my area now. That one I already acquired the skill. I can go there anytime. But all those areas that I need to acquire knowledge, I need to acquire experience is what I'm interested now. So in fact now, as I told you, we're even investing in another thing now, differently. So that's what we should do. One of my residents put up this: keep learning, keep solving problem, give value. Don't be afraid to charge for your services and products. Stop collecting this 5,000 when they call you for consultation. It will not help you. In this kind of economy, you buy fuel, your tire, you carry your car there, somebody will pay you 10,000. What for? So we should charge appropriately, either online or you consult online, you consult physically. So every accomplishment start with decision to try. John F. Kennedy. Arising from what this ESCO has put in place and this little discussion we have, we can start brainstorming and see how we can try something. It's not just to hear all these things, but we should try and see what we can do. And incidentally, we also had similar discussion in our last AGM at MD Camp. So everybody now, we are now thinking outside the box what we can do. You don't limit yourself only to medical practice. Look at other opportunity outside non-medical practice. On that note, I want to say thank you for your attention. I want to acknowledge the following people: MD Camp Chairman OAUTC, ARD President OAUTC, Professor Abayomi Adebayo. I also want to appreciate Dr. Toyin Obafemi for allowing me to use his slide. I also want to appreciate our CMD, if it's online, for coming. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for this beautiful and enlightening lecture, sir. In fact, when you started presentation, I started jotting, but at the point I could not jot anything again because it has been an eye-opening lecture. And I just realized that you are a man of many parts, sir. A lot of lessons have been learned here today, and I'm sure the members and also the listeners have learned a lot from you, sir. We really appreciate you, sir. Thank you. We had some dignitaries join the call. The NME Secretary, Dr. Joe John. Thank you, representing the NME Osun State chapter. Thank you for joining us. And also, I saw our teacher, our grand teacher, Professor Lasode, the consultant professor of dermatology. She was on the call at some point. And thank you very much, ma. Also, I can see the PIC of Ile-Ife, Westgate, Dr. Olufemi Smith. Thank you very much for joining us today. We really appreciate this gesture, sir. Thank you very much. So I think the lecture has been self-explanatory and very interesting and enticing, sir. So I honestly don't know where to start. I think you did very well, excellently well, beyond what we know you deliver, but this is mind-blowing, sir. So you started by telling us how poor we are in the country presently, and the reason we have to start and start thinking outside the box. So, and you also gave us, you told us why, as doctors, we are already well equipped to shine as business owners. All the things we've learned in school and the characters and the attitude that we've developed that we can use to thrive in the business world. And one key thing I realized there is that as doctors, we are very brilliant, we are very intelligent. So we think we can use that, the knowledge and the competence we've acquired in our clinical practice and just go straight to the world like that, to the business world like that. You made us know that you have to separate our clinical competence from business like that. We need to learn and relearn when it comes to business. And it is very important for us, the business plan. We need to have a good business plan before we start anything. And one thing I also got from what you said is that the fact that we have a business idea and want to solve a real problem, but the real problem, people do not need that problem to solve that problem for them. You might not really make anything from that business. Thank you for. And another thing you made mention of is the financial intelligence. Many of us lack this. So not necessarily spending money anyhow, but at times what to use our money for. It might be important to us, but in the real sense of it, might not be important. You made mention about the building houses. You showed us the house of Elon Musk and what how we spend our money on frivolities, so to say. And also what you said that really caught my attention, where you showed us that anything we can spend our money on, be it groundnut, be it kuli, we shouldn't be ashamed to also sell it to people. That is very important. So this is very important. So that's just the summary. I've jotted a lot, and we hope maybe you can give us an abridged slide of this, maybe an abridged version. We really update this. So now we'll entertain question and answer from our audience. I know a lot of you will have questions and even comments to ask you. And yeah. So let's start that. If you want to ask question, please you can raise your hand or you can put it in the comment box. Thank you very much. So any question? Do we have questions? I can't see any hands. Dr. Martin, do you have any in the chat box, sir? Okay, I think, sir,
Yes.
Dr. Anuforo raised the point here, sir. He said a
Yes.
very beautiful point presented, sir. But you wonder how a 21st century resident will start this up while navigating residency challenges, sir. So that all you've told us that, but combining with the rigor of residency, how do you advise we'll go ahead with this, sir? Or we'll start, sir? Thank you very much, sir.
Okay, thank you. I should come on board?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. It's a very, very good and very important question. So I want to let us know that a lot of residents are doing very well regarding this. Many of the resident doctors, they are also into a lot of things, a lot of businesses and all that. But I want to, the technology world now has really given us a lot of opportunity that you don't have to really be there. You can even set up a business in your room. And if you look at some of the slides that I show us, there are a lot of business model that we can also do even online without even being there at all. And I want to tell you that when we started our business, it was actually started as a resident with family support. And I also want to tell you that the first money that I borrowed from First Bank OAU to start the business, you understand, I borrowed it as a resident, in fact as a registrar, and today we are happy for it. So what I want us to do is that when you have a vision, just like the holy book said that my people perish for lack of vision. So if you have vision and you key into that vision, you understand, you bet yourself into that vision, there is no, I mean, it's going to be very easy for you. And you can also use the online mail. There are a lot of business models that are quite uncountable that you can do that will not even affect your residency. Because when you talk about business, there are some experience that you can never get until you start the business. You can never get, you can, even if you read it, if you see the motivational speaker, they tell you, but when you start, it's only when you start it that you navigate through that route that you now know that, okay, you are not doing things right. So I don't think there is, as a resident doctor, I mean, it's not a difficult thing for you to start something little. That's why I say you should not despise little beginning. I remember when we started all this business with my wife. I'm a technical partner. We started at the book of a car, but today, in fact, now we are collaborating with foreign partners, and they are all also willing to partner with us. So even leveraging on technology, I want to tell us about this. There's somebody very close to me who sells car, imports car from US, but he has never been to US. He's a resident doctor. He's also a senior registrar. Yeah, and he's into millions of naira, but he has never been to US. So there are opportunity at over. Even if you don't want to say, okay, don't want to offer goods and services, why can't you invest in stock? If you spend 30 minutes to buy stock today, it can increase with 1 naira, with 2 naira, and you sell and you buy and all those things. But you have to be mindful of taking your money to all those places. When I'm talking to you about the president, sir.
All right, sir.
Yes.
Thank you very much, sir. Do we still have any other questions? If you have any questions, okay. I don't think we have any longer. This has been an excellent presentation. I can imagine why there is no question, because people are ruminating in their rooms now how they want to enter into the business world. Not really this no palo no John this. Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
So once again, on behalf of the President, Dr. Yetunji Ni, I want to appreciate you for accepting our invitation. In fact, this is so important and this is inspiring, sir. I must say once again, sir.
Thank you.
So I think now I'll call on the President to present the award to our guest speaker.